We are grading your Dynasty football trades
Come on.
on today's video. Now, if you want your trades to be considered for this video series, join our Discord with the link in the description. And anytime you put a trade into the hashtag Dynasty Trades text channel over there, we will consider it
Correct.
for this series. Today, we are looking at Matthew Stafford,
Yes.
Justin Jefferson,
Okay.
AJ Brown, Cortland Sutton, Nick Chubb, London, CMC, Jerry, Judy, some first-round picks, Joe Mixon, Mike
Money
Willie,
bag.
Ken Walker,
Sheesh.
J-Mo. We're also looking at another Justin Jefferson trade. So lots of trades on today's show. First one is from Paulie D, 27.
What's happening, Paulie
Shout out
D?
Paulie D.
OG.
Little context. He says 12 teams, super flex, full PPR, 1.5 tight end premium, start 9. Going for a productive struggle build this year. I now have 423 firsts in this league. What do you think? And now you can see the trade here. Team A gets Trubisky, a 23 first, a 24 second. Team B gets Matt Stafford, thirds in 23 and 24.
Yeah.
Where do you lean here? Are you Team A or are you Team B?
Look, I really like this trade. I do believe this is a fairly even trade, but if I had to choose a side, I'm still going to go Matthew Stafford. I know you were going to go with a more productive struggle build this year, but I think I would have liked this trade if Mitch Trubisky was anyone else. And what I mean by anyone else, I mean, I guess one of those lower tier quarterbacks. The 23 first, I think we all know how we feel about that. The 24 second, still great value. We love 24 seconds. That's fine. It's really the quarterback that's in question for me. If I'm going to be trading Matthew Stafford away and wanting a quarterback in a struggle replacement for the year, I think I would want somebody at least that's going to start the whole season. But I guess it doesn't really matter if you're going to be tanking and hypothetically, or if you're going to be trying to have a more of a struggle coming throughout the year. So the guys I'm thinking about, like, could have been a Davis Mills, a Matt Ryan, a Jared Goff, a Danny Dimes. I think these are guys that are kind of more guaranteed to play this year. But I see where you were going with Mitch Trubisky. I mean, there could be...
Or even long-term outlook to be a starting quarterback is what you're saying. Like, they literally just drafted Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, we know that at least the thought process is, you know, hey, Kenny could see the field this year, some point of the year. Not even Kenny, maybe Mason. You know, maybe Mason Rudolph could be the guy. I'm thinking of more of hey, at least I have a guy that's going to start 17 weeks if they're not injured. Well, once again, Danny Dimes, Mills, Matt Ryan, Jared Goff. You can even go a lower tier guy from there. Sure. But I do think it's fairly even. But give me Team B purely because of Matthew Stafford, and I'll take the two thirds. You know, Matthew Stafford, top 15 quarterback on a great offense. Sean McVay, Cooper Kupp,
easily. I mean, top 5 last year. Sure.
I mean, why not take Matthew Stafford here?
This is tough because I think you're trying to achieve your strategy here, but I don't know that we got the proper value. And I'll say this: we say this all the time, but we're not big fans of trade calculators. And I think something that trade calculators don't always take into account is just how valuable quarterbacks actually are in a Superflex Dynasty League. You should have to overpay to get a quarterback like Matthew Stafford because whoever's trading for him, this is a missing piece for them. They're a win now team. They're about to, like, this is the missing piece. This is their quarterback 2, their quarterback 1, right? So Stafford should be someone that is being overpaid for. I sold Stafford in a league earlier this offseason. I got something like Tua, a 23 first, a 23 second. And then I also sent something with Stafford. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the reason I say that is I understand that it does help you with your productive struggle. You put your own picks in a better position by not having Stafford, and then you add 23 picks, you know, as well. But I think Stafford maybe should have cost a little bit more than this. And I agree. I'm just not loving investing in Mitch Trubisky.
Exactly.
I think it's close, though.
I think it is.
Like, I truly see this very, very closely. But I agree. I like, if, you know, put everything else aside, I'm going Stafford in the picks.
Agreed. Yeah.
All right, SD Perk. We got trade number 2. Context. He said, oops, I did it again.
Oops.
Team A gets Justin Jefferson. Team B gets Cortland Sutton, AJ Brown, and a 2023 first. Where do you sit on this trade?
It's definitely a blockbuster.
Yeah. I imagine there were some reactions to this trade when it went down in the league.
Yeah. Look, oddly enough, I like this trade. Okay. Which
Okay.
side am I taking? I think we are always going to take Justin Jefferson every single day. Does that mean Team B didn't get value, though? I think he did get value. Was it enough for like, should Team B have given up more? I think so for Justin Jefferson. I mean, he is the wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, depending on your rankings in the NFL, or in fantasy football. But getting Cortland Sutton, going with Russell Wilson now, still got a 3-year contract extension. Russell Wilson producing top 12, wide receivers in DK and in Tyler Lockett. I believe Sutton can be there. A.J. Brown doesn't really go to a better offense, but, I mean, he's always been talented. Yeah. He's always had the ability, I guess, to kind of make himself, in a way, fantasy relevant. They're always going to give him the ball and feed him the ball. And a 23 first. I mean, once again, we all know how we feel about the 23 first. Oddly enough, I like this trade.
Oh my God.
I'm still always taking Justin Jefferson, but Team B, I do believe, gets the depth and the draft capital as well. So, once again, I do believe it's an even trade. Should the Team B have given up more, or Team A given up more, whichever side?
Right.
Once again, I like it. It's weird. I don't know about you.
You know what's funny is when I originally saw this, I thought to and actually SD Perk, if you're watching, we were talking to you in the DMs because he has our fantasy hotline with Patreon over there. But my original thought that it was an overpay, just because AJ Brown, I still have him ranked as a top 6 dynasty wide receiver. Okay. You're getting AJ Brown and a first, and I think the big thing for me is that Cortland Sutton. In my opinion, I think Cortland Sutton is being way undervalued in Dynasty. I think he should be valued higher. 26 years old, younger than a lot of the other vets that have really good quarterbacks attached to them. Only 26 years old, just got Russell Wilson. He's going to be the clear deep ball, big body target in this offense, especially now with Tim Patrick gone. I think that helps Sutton more than anyone else, is what I would say with the Tim Patrick injury. My original thought is that it was an overpay, but the more I looked at it, I thought, you know what, this probably feels like even value. I don't think I could give up more for Justin Jefferson. So what I'm trying to say is I really do see this as an even trade. Yeah. And again, I think most people will probably say Justin Jefferson here. But again, I just think Sutton is being massively undervalued. And we've already scouted the 2023 quarterbacks. I just started scouting the 2023 running backs last night. Oh my God. Like, watching highlights and being excited about them, but then actually breaking down like every snap for some of these guys.
Yeah. It's there. That's invest in 2023.
I mean, this 23 class, the hype is real, I think. Like, I genuinely think the hype is real. So I think this is an even trade. I say all that to say I truly think that this is a B+ trade in my eyes. And if AJ Brown can stay healthy, this will be an even trade. If AJ Brown has more knee issues, this won't be even. Right. But if he can stay healthy, I think it's even. I think some people will disagree, but that's how I see it.
I really like this trade. Once again, I do believe it's a blockbuster. I think we always agree that we will always want the Justin Jefferson sign because of the name, the guy, what he's done. But I mean, both teams are getting good, productive players in in mostly good situations, depending on how you view Jalen Hurts. Sure. So I like it both.
All right, trade number 3 from Patty Mills. This is a blockbuster as well. Yeah. Team A gets Nick Chubb, Drake London, Hines, and a 23 first. Team B gets CMC, Judy, Hubbard, and a 23 second. I'm not really on the fence here. This is Team A for me. I couldn't care less about Hines or Hubbard, personally. Like, I just do not care. Let me tell you something. We do not care about Hines or Hubbard. So really, when I look at this, I'm looking Chubb, London, in a 23 first, or CMC, Judy, in a 23 second. The bigger decider here for me was London and the 23 first for Judy in a second. I understand CMC and Nick Chubb are in that deal, but I'm much more comfortable with Chubb, knowing that there's potentially a timeline here that we can work with. I know we just saw Deshaun Watson. The NFL appealed it to a year. Let's see what happens. I don't think they're going to get a year because there's going to be some legal things that come up here. But anyway, for me, I'm going Team A here. And it is close, but I feel firmly on the Team A side is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's definitely close for me. I'm on the opposite. I'm going to go Team B.
Okay.
Oddly enough, and the reason why I'm going Team B is because it's weird because I'm always saying the 23 first is what puts me over the edge, which usually in this case it does. And when I look at this team, I'm thinking of what can happen now and in the future. Obviously, we're looking at the big picture, right? So it's not that Nick Chubb is not valued, and the reason why I'm hesitant on Nick Chubb is because the only reason why we are kind of not back on the train or believe in Nick Chubb is because of Deshaun Watson. And with all the news coming out, it's like, well, if he doesn't play, he struggles. Nick Chubb, right? If he does play, he's a top guy. So I'm kind of viewing it that way, where the only thing that we are hesitant on is that can CMC stay healthy? 2 years, back-to-back injuries. Surely it can't happen again. You know?
Sure.
If he stays healthy, he is the best running back, one of the best running backs, top two, however you want to see it, in the NFL. He is the workhorse.
Yeah, in fantasy football.
Yeah, in fantasy football, he is the guy. And then Jerry Jeudy, I have so much stock in him. I believe in Russell Wilson. I keep saying this. He's produced 2 top 12 wide receivers in the NFL in the past. So I really like the Team B. I'm going with the upside here. I love Drake London.
Sure.
You know, and Drake London, Jerry Jeudy are
back
to
Drake
back.
London was a big part of that for me too. Like, I just don't see a way London fails with the amount of targets he's going to see. But
I definitely get it.
It is really close. And obviously, you would prefer CMC over Chubb. There's a big difference there for sure. So, yeah, it's close. I gave both teams a B+, but I am
me too.
Team
really
A.
B+ as well. So
Okay. Last trade here is from right tackle 70. Team A gets Joe Mixon, Jamison Williams, and a 23-second. Team B gets Mike Williams, Ken Walker, a 23 third, and a 24 third. Where do you stand
I'm going
here?
Team A here. Joe Money Bags, J-Mo, and the 23 third. I mean, let's keep it simple. Joe Money Bags on a fantastic offense. J-Mo, I believe in the talent. You're going to have to wait for it. Mike Williams, it's not that I'm hesitant on him. I'm more like, well, let's see it again. Can it happen again? You know, that last year was his breakout year. Believe in the talent. Believe that he can do it again. But let's see it again to really invest. And, you know, Ken, the real estate agent, I love the guy. But I think I'd rather have Joe Mixon for sure, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, I'm Team A as well. I think what went wrong here is the picks. This would feel much more even if there wasn't a second-round pick as well to the Joe Mixon side. I don't understand why Team B felt necessary to add the draft capital here, because this would feel much more even to me if it was Mike, Ken, Joe, Jamison. That would feel much more even to me.
I hear you.
So, yeah, I'm going Team A here, and I gave Team A an A, Team B a B-.
Same. So that's great.
All right, quick little meme trade. We're not going to grade this, but I just thought it was interesting to talk about. You know, people trying to fleece other people in their leagues. Someone said, just got this sent to me in a 12-man Superflex league. I would be getting the top and trading away Jefferson. Just a whole bunch of shit for Jefferson, basically. Hey, let me add as many 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks. I mean, I love Pickens, but outside of that, it's just like, what the hell? What is this trade offer? More is not
Someone come look at this.
Quantity, it's quality.
Come look at this shit. Someone come look at this.
Anytime I see trades like this, I don't even have the respect for you to reply. I just instant decline.
Yeah.
Just like, what in the world is your problem?
Then they will say counter? Question mark?
Yeah, right. No counter? What the heck? And then they'll text the league chat and like a week later and be like, man, no one wants to trade with me.
Classic.
It's just like, I wonder why, you know, like those people who feel bad for themselves. No one wants to trade with me.
So funny.
Let's think on how that could possibly be. Anyway, why don't you guys comment down below? Let us know where you stand on these trades. We always love doing them. Hope that you love watching them.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
now,
it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLandFam.